All right. So the 1NR, where are we going, sir?
Hold on.
So much for the stand-up 1NR. Stand-up fail.
Order is alright. So the order will be the Turkish credibility advantage,
Okay.
the Russia relations advantage,
Okay.
the proliferation advantage,
Okay.
and the Greek advantage.
All right. So you're taking case, I assume, Kianan or whatever you pronounce your name is taking other stuff. Okay.
Alright. Is anybody not ready?
All right. Ready?
Okay. Judge, what this round essentially is going to boil down to right now is that there is absolutely no reason why you should even vote for affirmative. One, because they have no case whatsoever. Right now in this speech, I'm going to show and prove to you why their case cannot stand. Alright, first on to their Turkish credibility advantage. One, they never specifically answered our our Murphy 2009 evidence that said it is technically impossible for Iran to do this. They just said you should prefer our evidence because it's more recent. Well, okay, that doesn't really matter. They need to provide a specific reason why you should prefer their evidence. If you take a look at our Murphy 2009 card, he specifically says that, I quote, Iran does not yet have the technical ability to produce the highly enriched uranium it would need for a bomb. They may have the designs for a bomb, but they do not have the uranium necessary to make the bomb blow up. Anyway. So they have no, their Turkish credibility argument is pretty awful. So if Iran does not have the capability of building a nuclear bomb, Israel will not strike. And they never really answered our World Tribune July 9th card that says Israel won't strike Iran without U.S. support. Their card talks about how there's a 50% chance of an Israeli strike. That's not 100% probable. If you live your life just assuming that a small chance of something will happen, then you will continue to live your life in fear. There's essentially their authors are using scare tactics that say that this small chance is this small probability is something that you need to take action on. Our card specifically talks about how Israel will not attack without United States support. One, because we, the United States, are the global hegemon. We are the leader. You would definitely not want to upset the leader, so their Israel strike goes away. That means their Turkish credibility advantage has absolutely nothing left standing. And on their lastly, on their peak oil argument, they said that the economy will collapse in 57 days. I'm pretty sure that we could go out in 1 week and find new oil reserves according to our Fumento 04 card that says that there are over 1.7 trillion barrels of petroleum out there. Where if the Iran peak oil does for some reason happen, there's 1.7 trillion barrels of oil out there. I'm pretty sure we can find that. Next, on to their Russia relations. They never answered our very first argument that said Russia will only negotiate reductions if the U.S. removes its TNWs everywhere. They said the United States is a hypocrite because we tell other people to reduce their TNWs and we don't do the same. What we're advocating is that the United States breaks down the hypocrisy and we remove our U.S. The United States will remove its TNWs everywhere. This in turn solves their Russia relations. They're only focusing on Turkey. We're saying that Turkey is not enough. They never answered this argument, so therefore they cannot garner anything off of their Russia relations advantage. Next, on to terrorism or their proliferation. Again, they say that nuclear terrorism is specifically key. What we're saying is that nuclear terrorism will happen. I mean, if you go online and you search up bomb design on Google, I can guarantee you that you will find designs online. That means that nuclear terrorism will happen anyway. Terrorists with I don't know, like an IPN blocker and Google could freaking start a nuclear could make a nuclear bomb and have terror and essentially lead to nuclear terrorism. So therefore, what they say will inevitably happen, and their plan essentially does nothing except just, it leads to our dissent and our Israeli dissent and our Turkish proliferation dissent that my partner covered in the previous speech. And Finally, onto their Greek relations. Again, their evidence doesn't specifically talk about Greek relations. Greek and Turkey have had stressed relations for the past 20 or 30 years. Why haven't we seen this so-called nuclear war happen if Greek and Turkey have had this struggle? And the United States has supported Turkey for those past 20 years. Their plan is non-unique, essentially. This advantage doesn't have anything to stand upon. And extend across our Goss and June 23rd card that says military presence in Incirlik is key to Karzai's survival. A loss of the base would undermine U.S. military support. Right now, Afghanistan, is a very unstable place, and if Karzai collapses, Afghanistan will essentially implode into anarchy, and that outweighs their case. So I see a no vote in this round except negative.
Are we cutting?